Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Platinum Plays. Today we're looking at Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. One quick thing, some of the gameplay is a bit horrendous because I did get this Platinum Trophy quite a while ago, and when I went back on to play it again it was a bit difficult for me because the steering kind of seemed a bit dodgy. As you can see, I'm constantly hitting walls and hitting cars and not really supposed to be, and there'll be a few crashes which I shouldn't have really done either, but never mind. Time, you can see this in game. I think it was about 40 hours. You probably could do it quicker, but I was just kind of faffing about because I actually enjoyed the game and I really wanted to actually play it. It wasn't too difficult. There was a few trophies which were a bit annoying. The online ones are always annoying just because I don't really like playing online, but we'll come on to that in a minute. And a few of the other ones, like getting some of the gold medals or the distinctions, were a bit annoying sometimes. It just took me a few attempts to get some of them, but not too difficult. The rest of them are pretty simple. Some of them you just have to use specific cars and specific races and specific conditions, and it's not really that challenging. Yeah, I've really enjoyed this game. It was something that I was looking forward to and always wanted since probably about 2012. I played it when it originally came out, so that would have been 2010, I believe, on the PS3 with one of my friends, and we literally constantly played it. I just remember doing the same races over and over again so that we could get to level 20 on each of the paths on the racer and the cop, and yeah, we were just doing the same hot pursuit over and over again to be able to max out basically. It's not that much different to the original. It's the graphics are updated a little bit, but they're still not like the best. To be honest, they were alright back then as well. They seemed like they were alright back then. I don't like it when games get remastered and they change too much. They just end up adding loads of more stuff in. Like the gameplay's still the same, but you add loads of stuff in, and it makes the game overall different. And this one is virtually the same as I can remember. I can't even think of anything new that they've added, to be honest, and that's probably one of the biggest selling points for me because I just like the game as is. Onto some of the trophies. One for completing 10 online races. It's a good job this wasn't win 10 online races, because then it would have been an absolute bitch. Because there's always one person, if not more, that stand out, and they end up doing the race perfectly, and they'll finish about a minute or more before you, and then you're lucky because it counts down from a minute, I think, for when you then have to finish. And if you don't finish in that time, it just cuts the race off. You would still get played the race, but it's always nice to be able to finish them as well, so you get the extra rep towards your levels, so you always have to do that. But yeah, it's just you want to win races and you just can't because everybody else seems sweat, and if you're not absolute sweat mode, you're not going to come anywhere near the front. Some of the other ones, the hot pursuits were fun because it's just driving around smashing other people up online, but again, you do get the odd person that flies ahead, but then hopefully there's somebody on your team that flies ahead with them as well and smashes them up. I think it's Interceptors, the other event. They're a bit difficult because it's quite hard to find an opponent sometimes. Luckily, I did find somebody and I realised they were a trophy hunter, so I asked him if he wanted to just literally keep on playing through. And then I ended up getting most of them, but clearly he must have ended up getting the trophy before me and he just left. He said he had to go, but I'm pretty sure he got the trophy and then left basically because he didn't need to play it anymore. So then I just had to go on normal and try and find other people to play with. But again, that was fine anyway, it's not really an issue. Level 20s can be a grind. After you've completed the story and you've completed all the online trophies, you might still have a little bit to go depending on how many attempts it took you to do each of the races and the hot pursuits and that, or each of the events. If it took you a few attempts to do each of them, then it might be a bit different, but I did a fair amount of them first try, so you get to the end and you might be level between 17 and 19, and then you just have to replay a few events to be able to get to level 20. But again, because I enjoyed the game, that didn't really bother me that much. Golds and distinctions, there were some events that were an absolute bitch. Mostly the things like the previews, the rapid responses, and the time trials where you have to get to a certain place in a certain time. Some of them did take me between 5 and 10 attempts, let's say. I remember one, I think it was in the Bugatti, which took me ages. I just couldn't seem to do it. I was always either 1 second away from distinction or gold, whichever one it was, or I was literally like 20 seconds away. There was no in between. It's annoying because it's one side that where some of them, if you hit a car, if you hit a wall, if you slightly tickle the railings or anything, you're gonna get 2 seconds or 3 seconds added on. So as soon as you get one of them, it's basically game over and you need to start the race over again. But because you've got to grind the level, there's no point in starting the race over again. You may as well just finish the race so you get the XP or the rep, whatever it's called, towards the level, and then you can carry on with it and get your level up, and then just you get better and better as you go along for those kind of events. You just need to keep on practicing, and then eventually you'll end up getting it in time. But yeah, it can get frustrating and sometimes you might need a bit of a break from it. Overall, it was a great game. I'm definitely glad I bought it and played it. As soon as it got announced, I was really excited for this, and I pre-ordered it, which I don't do very often because in the past I've pre-ordered games. Like I used to pre-order the Call of Duties, the FIFAs, and I stopped doing that because they ended up turning into absolute shit, didn't they? And I remember pre-ordering Red Dead, played it for like 20 minutes, and then that was it. I couldn't bother anymore after that. But in general, it was, good game, and I'm definitely glad I played it. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.